Tonight, we're going to put some of this white stuff on our nuts. We're going to glue the nut in. And we're finally going to get to hear this bitch sing. Woo! Alright, welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in again. You know, I just love it when we all meet up here at this place and we do the horrible, filthy things that we do together. Tonight, like I said, we're going to put some white stuff on our nuts. And we're going to glue that nut in. It's very close to where the owner wants his nut action set at. I had to talk to him because I didn't know what action stuff he liked. So he said, just set it up. He said it's mostly going to have cowboy chords played on it. He said just set it up like I would one of my guitars. So I would like the nut action a little bit lower, and maybe even the string action a little bit lower than what it is. So first thing we'll do is glue the nut in, and then what little bit of action we got to lower here at the first fret, I'll do that with files and the nut slots. If you remember, when I had the nut up here, I just marked the spot, you know, where the strings, the slots were going to be. I never really made slots like we want to do right now. So, but look, first, let's put this white stuff on and have some fun. Alright, got the strings loose. I don't know if they're loose enough or not. I'm going to find out right now. And glue this nut in. See, it's just laying in there, man. I'm going to have to... This is a cool little device right here. I've showed this before. Damn, I can't get it to show, man. See what I mean? I used to take just like needle nose pliers, open them up, rubber handle ones to get a grip good. Pull the strings out and shove that down in there and hold the strings out of the way. Anywhere along the neck while you got to work on the strings. And I finally, well, it's been several years ago, finally broke down and bought one of these from, you guessed it, the guys we hate to love. I didn't go and say their name. Well, yeah, I'll tell you where I got it from, Stu Mac. I hate to mention them on here, man. See, that's going to hold the strings. I'm going to have to put something else in there to help it. Maybe I can slide it. Yeah, there we go. That's going to do it. Hold them out of the way. Man, that nut shot out of there where I don't even know where it went. It went that way. I remember seeing it. I don't see it now. There it is. Now, people do this a lot of different ways, glue their nuts on. I always glue it to the fretboard. I've seen guys put glue on the bottom of the bottom of the nut and inside here on the bottom and again the fretboard. That's not necessary, folks. This nut fits in there like a glove, the way it is. And we just want to put, I always just put one drop of nut glue, one drop of glue right there in the very center. I've got wet paper towel here in case we happen to have a climax. Get this white stuff all over us then. There, you see? One little drop of glue in the center of the nut. Take your finger and, you know, kind of smear that out a little bit. It doesn't even have to go all the way across the width of the nut. Just to wipe any excess glue away. How y'all doing, man? How the hell are you? I want to make sure we got that sucker in the right place. Oh, let me shut the glue bottle. That's a brand new tube of glue Davy Joe sent me. Davy Joe, thank you, man. I used up the other one you sent. And it's still got a lot in this one here. Quite a lot, in fact. And I use it a lot. It's amazing there's that much left. Alright, I'm just going to pull the strings back up there. I'm not even going to have to put a clamp on this because the strings will work as a clamp. Second string. First one's always little and hard to get a hold of it. There it is. There's the fourth. Once I tighten these down, they will hold that nut. Damn, it's already trying to set up. I ain't got it where I want it yet. That Elmer's glue, Tight Bond original. That's what I like to use on that. There we go. I'm going to let that set for just a moment before I start tightening the strings and pulling it that way. And I'll bring you back and then we'll start filing nut slots. Like I said, y'all saw me having the vise up here, and I just marked, you know, where the slots were going to be. That's all I did, really. I never, you know, filed them how deep I wanted them, or not how deep I never wanted them. You know what I mean? Anyways, we'll bring it right back. Let that set up a few minutes. Blow a couple numbers and drink some coffee. Alright, guitar's up to pitch. Almost. We're going to fix that too. That creaking noise in the nut. I think these were at about 18 thousandths. Yeah. Now that would be okay to leave that there. But that's just on the edge of being higher than what I like. I like to see between 16 and 18. So we're not going to have to take very much off of this thing, man. I got a 12 gauge here because that's what the string is, a 12 gauge. And here's the trick to taking what just happened away, the string catching up, binding up in the nut, and ding, make a popping noise and screw everything up. Here's the trick to fixing that. Put the file right in the slot. And see, I'm not going to file that straight with the guitar. I'm going to turn it in. I'm exaggerating here, but I'm going to turn it in, face the inside of this peg. And also, I'm going to turn the file this way to match the same angle as the headstock is. Are you with me on all that? I'm going to file right with the string. And it ain't going to take very much, man. With these files here, they cost a lot of money. But they're worth it. Now, if we're anywhere between 16 and 18, I'm happy there. We can go some more, a little bit more with it. Usually when you start tightening the strings and loosening them like this, you end up breaking one, or two, or three. But how else are you going to get it right, you know what I mean? 12. Now see, this slot's not going to be straight parallel with the guitar and the neck and all that crap. If it was, like it was, the strings will hang up in there when you go to tune it. I'd say that's for sure got it. That bone is some wicked hard stuff, man. Anywhere between 16 and 18 thousandths. And there it is. 16 exactly. We'll leave that alone. You know, a good way to do this is let the string, pluck it like I'm on the second string. I got the thing under it. You can hear the second string ring out. Slide that puppy under there until it quits hanging out. That was about 20. So, I won't keep you here through all this, but make a few pointers and move on. Now there again, I need the next size up and turn this file over, and I've got it. It's got files on both sides of it. There again, I want to line the file up with that second peg right there, and I want to go at the same angle as the headstock is, and the third string's going to be right in the way, I think. That worked, I think. I'll make a point here in a minute. If you can see, look at the sixth string, how it comes off of the nut and actually goes in that way. I got you out of the picture. Yeah, hold on. There we in. Yeah, this sixth string comes off of the nut And it don't run parallel to the guitar. It goes in that way to the inside of this peg right here. And that's the way you want to file the slot. Alright, let's check that second one. 16 to 18 is what we're looking for on every string. There it is, man. 16. Alright. Number 3. See what it is. Wow, it's about 20. I'll do one more, and then I'll give you a break. Sorry for that ACs and fans and crap running. I gotta get another file for that one. What is this? 36. There again, see, I'm going to aim for this inside of the third peg, third string. And I want to angle the file up. I don't want to file down flat with the fretboard. I want to file flat with the peg head. And toward that right there. See what I mean? Those files really take a bite, man. It don't take very much with these files. Like I say, they're expensive. But I always said, you get what you pay for. Let's check the tuning. $16,000 dead on the money, man. That's what we like. Alright, I'm going to do these other 3 strings, and then I'll bring you back and we'll check neck relief. I think the string height action was a little bit too high, so we're probably going to have to calculate the bridge, how much we got to take off of the bridge of the saddle, and do that. We're getting close, folks. The boogity bob. Alright, it's done. I don't know if it's exactly in tune. I guess I should check that. I don't want this video to get too long. It's actually tuned a few cents sharp, but it's close enough to do that. I've got less than 18,000 on every one of those strings now. Every one of them's less than 18,000. Yeah. It's perfect, man. And I went ahead and took this big ugly file, loosened all the strings, pulled that, used that thing, pulled the strings back out of the way again, and rounded over the top of the nut here. So we want these strings sticking up just a little bit above the top of the nut. I like to have them about half of the diameter of the string sticking up higher than the surface of the nut. That's done. Completed. So now, check the neck relief next. This old boy's going to be going home pretty soon. That truss rod, if it's like a Martin guitar, it takes a 5mm. I don't have, yeah, right here it is. There's what the tool looks like. And you can reach through a brace right there and way up inside of there. Let's see. Damn, that's reaching up about that far up in there. So the truss rod ends right there. So that's what we're going to note. That's the 15th fret. We'll come down here to the 7th. Oh, I gotta get down here where I can see it. I like to see 12 on my guitars. Let's see. 20, 15, yeah. That's exactly what it is. If I go in any further, let me just see down here at the 17th fret. That's even better. It's lifting the string a little bit. That one does not. Try down here on the last one just for gets and shiggles. Well, that was my fault. You got to have this thing flat. If you turn it one way or the other the tiniest little bit, it catches on the string and raises it. But I can see the numbers. They're 12 everywhere I've checked it. 12 thousandths. See there, I turned it a little bit again. You got to have that thing level with the string. It's going to do that. Because I have them here, and only because they're laying here. Let me check them with these. These is what I'm used to, but I like that tool better. Let's see here. Oh hell, I've got more than 12. Geez, I got a 15 and a 12. That was awful thick. Yeah, see that 12? Don't move the string. There it did a little bit, but right there it does not. So we are at 12. It's all good. Now, let's check string action. I think I'm going to have to change it a little bit. Get rid of some of these files. Oh God. Usually, if I have to change that, I measure it in thousandths. The string action I'm talking about back here at the saddle. Let me reset the camera and everything. We'll check it out. See what it is in 64ths first. And if we got to lower it, we'll measure it in thousandths and figure out what we're going to take off of the saddle to make it right here. Alrighty, right here, I like to see 64ths. I'd like to see 5/64ths or 4/64ths on the high E and 5/64ths on the low E. That's where I set most of my acoustics at. He said set it up like it was mine. I remember now it's 8/64ths. That's what it is. And very close to a little more than 8/64ths there. Okay, so we're going to have to, I always measure this in thousandths. It's just easier if I can find thousandths. Here we go. Where's the string, man? It's awful when you get old and blind. Wow. It's about 110 thousandths. 100 to 115 thousandths. That's high, man. And this one is the very same. Very close to the same. I'm going to go with 110 thousandths. That's what I'm going to go with. If you'd like to see that, I'm going to shoot for 90, and if I take off too much, if I land on 80, it'll be okay. It'll just be closer, easier to play even. Okay, we are at 110 thousandths. Let's shoot for 90. That's 90, 100, 110. That's 20 thousandths difference. We want 90, it's at 110. That's 20 thousandths difference. Okay, what that means is I'll take the saddle out now, mark it, and take 40 thousandths off. You always want to take off double back here, twice what you need to remove here. See, we're at 110 now. We want to see 80 here, or 90 rather. That's a difference of 20 thousandths. So we double that, take 40 thousandths off the saddle. Let's go do that. I'll loosen the strings up, get the saddle out, and we'll do it. Hold on. It's a good way to double check yourself before you do this. We got to take 40 thousandths off of this saddle. Okay, got to mark it and take 40 thousandths off the bottom of it. Now, you want to make sure you still got some saddle sticking up out of there. So what I'm going to do is check to see how much saddle we got and what we'll have after we remove 40 thousandths. Right there I have 147 thousandths. According to that, I'd have 107 thousandths still sticking up after I moved it. 142, 145, so we're above 140, I think we'll be okay. And 153. Little thing I just ran into, you want to watch how you measure this back here. The first time I measured, I had a shitload of way more than I knew what was sticking out of there. And the end of this thing, right there, this end of it, was hitting on the pin before it hit the saddle. I was getting the wrong reading. I knew that there wasn't that much. It was saying like 170 or something. I can see it's not that much. Okay, I'll get the saddle out and we'll take 40 off of it. Handy as a pocket on a shirt. I'll just grind till I start seeing sparks and I know I'm flat, man. Alright, back in tune. It's not perfectly in tune, but it'll do. for what we need it for. 5/64 and 5/64 and 6/64. Let's see how much under 110 we are. Oh, we're at 90, actually about 80 thousandths on the high E, 12th fret, and about 90 on this one. You know, a lot of people plays right there. I like mine a little lower than that, but if he's not going to be playing chords down in here, then, you know, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'll see what he says. If he wants it lower than that, get it lower. Oh, I intonated it back here too while I had the saddle out, filed it, you know, in the directions. Second string was already intonated, but let's see. Sorry for the fans. And that one's, it's only about 3 cents short. Rest of them's pretty well on the money. That's about 3 cents sharp on that bass string. Yeah, I can hear it too. Yeah, I could, there's plenty of room where I could lengthen it a little bit. Right now, I think the only thing all of us are concerned with, right at the moment, is seeing what this thing sounds like. I'll make sure it's in tune. Check that again. And let's make this bitch sing, man. Hold on. Can't hold on to the pick, man. I have not been playing any guitar. Calluses, all going. It don't discord that I can hear. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm sorry for my shitty playing. I know it's bad, man. But I have not been playing any guitar. Frets feels good. I mean, under normal circumstances, if you had hands that worked and you were in practice, they would feel good then. That's all I can give you, folks. My sincere apologies for my shitty playing. I've not been playing any guitar at all. Go back and look at some old videos when I could play a little bit. Check them out. Do check them out. There's tons of them, man. Go back and check some of them out. You won't even know this is the same dude. Well, I'll tell you what, though. As far as the sound of this thing, man, it sounds good. I guess he did do a good job on that neck joint, because it has not moved. It ain't moving at all. The bridge has not moved. Everything's staying solid. So you'll probably see this guitar one more time. I'm going to see if the owner will let me keep it about a week and watch it, because it's going to settle down like crazy, man, for a week or so. And I may have to check everything. Well, I will check everything all over again. And polish it up good for him so before I send it back. I always do that to every guitar before I send it back home. I think he's going to put more finish on it. I think he told me that was French polish. I think that's what he told me was the finish he put on it so far. Y'all know how my hands are. I'm lucky to even hold a guitar, let alone get a chord on. All I do is set them up and work on them and fix them. And make sure they play right. And, you know, I can't play them right anymore, though, because of my hand problems. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this series. I promise you, I will get back in some kind of practice, and other guitar things will be better. I got a series called Quick Clip Licks, not tips. There's one called tips too, but there's one called Quick Clip Licks. Check it out if you want to learn a bunch of acoustic guitar licks. Is mostly what it is. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.